How's it going today, guys? Baby2 here. Today I wanted to talk about the appropriate and inappropriate uses of AI and my opinions on it. Do keep in mind, I'm not the foremost AI expert. I just want to talk about it today because it's been on my mind lately, and to be quite frank, there's a lot of things about AI that have been bothering me, and there are some things that I genuinely think could be useful in certain lines of work. We'll start with the appropriate usages, and then we will get into the bad and appropriate usages. One of the appropriate usages I kind of believe in is drafting work emails. Uh, AI is pretty good at that. I'm not gonna lie to you. Drafting work emails is super fucking tedious, and at the end of the day, why not just have a open source engine do it for you, make it not too wordy, make it very polite. That's how work emails are supposed to be, right? You're not just going to email your boss after he sends you a lengthy 2 paragraph message about workflow in the business and then just hit him with a I, you know. Another appropriate usage of AI, I would say, is making resumes. You want to have decent resume. You want to have an idea of how to do a resume. Very obviously, there's people online that have uploaded thousands, tens of thousands of videos showing you how to make a proper resume. But if you end up hitting kind of a stunt, you're not 100% positive how to insert maybe one random thing, maybe this thing where you were like, I mean, I did this charity event back in 2012 that lasted about 12 hours. It would show good workmanship. I'm not 100% positive how to put that in my resume. You can ask AI. Another thing is medical purposes. Obviously, not the entire medical field. What I'm talking about specifically is diagnosis. Um, I've talked with my friend about it. My friend is in the medical industry. He has talked about AI usage in the medical field and how it does help with medical diagnoses. See, because AI is open source, it searches the entire web. So some doctors are currently using it at this moment. They will basically plug in people's symptoms into an AI chatbot, not a chatbot, but an AI engine, and the AI engine will clap back and be like, "Hey, based off of these symptoms, here are a couple things that you, as the doctor, should check for just to be safe." And from what I've heard and what I can tell, it's genuinely not the worst usage. Obviously, it is not AI diagnosing people, it's just helping doctors get an idea of what might be wrong with a patient. It's pulling symptoms from the entirety of the internet to give doctors an idea of, a doctor is human. Humans are not perfect. Neither is AI. Let's be clear on that. AI is far from perfect, but doctors can almost hit a medical mental block and be like, I don't know what's wrong with this patient. They could plug in the symptoms and AI could be like, bet you didn't think of this. That has happened before. It is happening right now in the medical industry. One of the other appropriate usages is helping spur ideas, such as whenever you get a writer's block. Writer's block it sucks. It sucks really bad. I'm not saying use AI to write an entire book. Obviously, that is genuinely awful and shouldn't be done because we should not be replacing artists and writers with AI so that we can do whatever the hell else we're doing with it, right? But I mean, I'll be honest. If you're sitting there, you're halfway through a book that you're writing, uh, and you're trying to figure out, I can't figure out how to incorporate this brand new character that showed up out of nowhere to help save the day. AI, open source, it's pulling everything from the internet everywhere. You can use that to help give you sort of a bold idea or maybe even a low key one. At the end of the day, though, you should not be using AI to write your fucking books for you. Let's be clear, you shouldn't be writing entire paragraphs, chapters with AI. Another one, this is the biggest one, this is the most appropriate usage of AI: search engine. ChatGPT specifically. I do not use ChatGPT unless I am using it like Google. I try to use Google sometimes and it doesn't give me the answer I'm looking for. I will go to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT, once again, it's open source. It is browsing the entire internet. I usually ask it like math questions, For example, I got ranked in every single game mode in season 21 of Rocket League, and my ranks were all over the place. Platinum 3, Gold 1, Gold 2, Silver 3, Silver 2. I got Bronze 1 in Heat Seeker because I'm really bad at defense in Rocket League. And I sat there and I used ChatGPT to get the overall mean, the average mean. What is my average rank? Between all these ranks, what is my average rank? ChatGPT gave me the answer. I am Silver, what does it say? Silver 3, borderline Gold 1. I was like, cool beans, all right. I use AI, like ChatGPT specifically. I use that shit once a month, maybe. Whenever I'm just like, I'm like, there's a formula here. It's usually math stuff for me. It's always math, honestly. I'm like, there's a formula here, and I don't know how to instigate that formula to create the equation so I can solve it. So I'm gonna be honest. I ask ChatGPT. It is not very often. It is not often. I will admit, I do it though. For me, these are the appropriate usages of AI. This list was a little bit shorter than the other side of it. We're going to read that other side right now. We are done with appropriate usages. We are getting into bad or inappropriate usages. Generative AI images. Corporations, people, anybody is sitting there and they are creating art with AI, and they're sitting there and they're claiming it as their own. Now, I have been belated with the news that at least in the United States of America, you cannot copyright AI generated images. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Thank the Lord for that, because AI generated images, once again, AI is open source. It is stealing art and creating something from somebody else's work. I cannot stand that. I loathe the idea of any company, corporation, any person trying to replace an artist and take away that human ingenuity that comes with art. Because every time I look at an AI art image, that AI slop, you go to some event where there's like 30 different vendors and at least three of them just have a bunch of AI generated pastel little boards, and they're trying to sell it off like it's their own art, when at the end of the day it's the amalgamation of thousands, maybe even millions of artists plastered on this. They put in absolutely zero work. They wasted probably 20 gallons of water, and it was all for naught because nobody's buying that shit. Because as far as I can tell, Generation Z, my generation, I'm barely Gen Z. I was born in 1999, but we're pretty against AI, and I'm pretty happy with the front that we've been putting up. Uh, Gen X, they're kind of bad about AI. They like that shit. Gen Alpha, they're on the fence. I see a lot of Gen Alpha being like, fuck AI. And then I see a lot of Gen Alpha being like, AI is really cool. I like the Kirkified images. So it's case by case, person by person. Uh, like this again, a replacement for art and artists. I've noticed once again a lot of corporations. Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola sat there and made quite possibly one of the worst fucking advertisements I've ever seen. It was a Coca-Cola 18 wheeler. People went through, dissected this Coca-Cola 18 wheeler. Had six wheels, then it had eight, then it had 12, then it had eight again, then it had six, then it had 12. It was ridiculous. AI video and image generation is just not there yet, and I hope that it never gets there. I cannot wait for the AI bubble to pop. And at the end of the day, even if the AI bubble pops, we're still going to be dealing with bullshit like this. On to our next one. Obviously, AI generated videos slash AI generated memes. The amount of people who have been they use AI, generative AI videos for a focal point of some stupid meme because they're not creative enough to just film it in their backyard or their room or make something that is genuinely human, especially with the AI generated memes. Now, the AI generated memes piss me off because it goes into our next section right here, right underneath desensitization. Crucify me. I don't care. I'm a little bit of a fucking conspiracy theorist. I genuinely think that the Kirkified, George Floyd, Jeffrey Epstein, AI generated memes, they are Diddy too. They are being used right now. People are AI generating videos and images and all this shit to desensitize us not only to AI but to what is happening in the world currently. Even the AI generations of the Trump, Benjamin Netanyahu, all this shit. The AI generation, that it has been known for a very long time that the CIA, other government organizations will sit there and plant stuff in the general public. Literally, the CIA has fucking meme accounts on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. They have stated before that they have done this before, and they will put cells that are basically meme pages in the open, and they will just sit there and they'll post shit to help desensitize the world, and they'll post shit to help sway people's opinions. It has been proven before that the government does use social media and memes to try and help fuck with us in any way, shape, or form, to sway our mentals, to sway our opinions. And nowadays, it's seeming like it's to desensitize us and make us think that all the shit happening in the world right now is funny, when in reality, it's not. I'm generally not a very political person, and I usually try to keep politics out of my content. But that AI generated video of Trump and Epstein and Diddy and Benjamin Netanyahu all hanging out, sitting by in the swimming pool, and they're all iced out, and they got diamonds on their teeth and whatnot. We have a pedophile, a child-eating pedophile who raped and killed a 15-year-old girl as our sitting president. Our sitting president is a cannibalistic pedophile. And I feel like the government's currently using that to sit there and be like, well, look at this funny video of Trump hanging out with Epstein. Isn't that funny? Doesn't that make you laugh? Yeah, nah, fuck that. That is my genuine opinion, by the way. You're not going to sway me on that either. Post in the comments your political opinion so I can make sure who and who not to hate, whoever's watching this video. Another one, corporations utilizing AI to get us used to it for whenever they inevitably streamline and mainstream it. You don't have to watch sports to know about the fucking Svedka commercial during the Super Bowl. That was one of the most blatant, disgusting, fucking grotesque uses of generative AI video generation I have ever seen by a corporation. At least with the Coca-Cola commercial, they kind of sort of maybe try. Svedka literally just typed in some cockamamie bullshit. They said, good enough, let's spend however many millions of dollars to throw it into the American people's faces and see how they react. Once again, crucify me. I'm a little bit of a conspiracy theorist. I think that they didn't do that on purpose. I don't think they did that on accident. Sorry, I think they did it on purpose. I think Svetco is probably one of the many companies chosen to partake in the corporate desensitization and usage of AI, generative AI videos and pictures to help desensitize us to AI. They want us to get used to it. They are inevitably, if the AI bubble doesn't pop, all studies have shown the AI bubble is gonna fucking pop. But God forbid something gets in the way, right? Something gets in the way. There's so many fucking people, congressmen, worldwide leaders, the fucking massive corporations like Microsoft dumping so far billions of dollars into generative AI and AI tools. The AI bubble has proven as so lately that it should pop, but there I can guarantee somebody somewhere something is going to get in the way, and it's not. And they're going to streamline it, and they're going to mainstream it, and everything's going to be AI. It's going to suck. It's going to be a rowdy future, and I think it's going to get to a point where a lot of American citizens are probably going to throw their phones in the trash and just start reading books is getting to that point. Also, reading books now is AI generated. I found out people on Smut Talk. You ever heard of Smut Talk? It's where they read very insanely naughty books. Enough smut books, enough sexy, hot, spicy books weren't get released. So somebody made an entire app where you can AI generate your wildest fantasies and read them. You can read story after story after story after story. We are streamlining word porn. We are streamlining literature porn, and the people that are using this app find absolutely nothing wrong with it, and it's absolutely fucking disgusting. And I will stand on that. And lastly, one of the most inappropriate bad usages of AI is replacing workers. It hasn't gotten there yet. There's not a lot of workers getting replaced by AI. It's going to be a little bit difficult. It's going to be a while before that happens. But have you noticed that you have been going to your local Taco Bell drive-through, McDonald's drive-through? Maybe you called the restaurant, and the voice on the other end seemingly did not sound human at all. Not in the slightest, not one bit. It's AI. It's AI. Now, at that point, they're not replacing the worker. They obviously have to continue to have the middleman there because of people like me. Whenever I pull up to a drive-through, and it's usually Taco Bell, and the AI assistant says, "Hi, how can I help you today?" I don't care if I'm driving. I don't care if my mom is driving. I am reaching over to the speaker and I am saying, "I would like 20,000 water cups, please." The worker behind the counter immediately assassinates the AI, poof, shoots it in the back of the head, and they go, "How can I help you today?" And they sound annoyed, rightfully as they should be, because an AI is doing half their fucking job. I don't like it, okay? It hasn't gotten to the point where it's going to full blown replace workers. But people are using it in workspaces already to a degree that it is starting to piss me off. I called Little Caesars the other day. I put in an application there. I'm currently unemployed. I'm looking for any and all work. I've applied to multiple fast food joints. I'm trying to even work at dead end retail jobs, fucking Five Below, TJ Maxx, Beals. It does not matter. I'm just trying to get some damn work. I don't care what it is. I called Little Caesars after putting in the application. Obviously, I just wanted to speak to a literal human being and talk to and maybe see if the hiring manager is in, see if they're not in, and if they'll be in tomorrow, what time they'll be in, and just see about talking to a human being. I called, I got talked to by an AI assistant. "Hello, how can I help you today? If you're placing an order, let me know right now. If you're not, say something else." Genuinely baffled, immediately off rip, I could tell that it was an AI assistant, and I sat there and I said, "Possibility of employment with Little Caesars?" AI voice sat there, and I'm not joking. This is what had me fuming, foaming at the mouth with anger. The AI sat there, and it constructed a fake keyboard clicking noise, like the AI was actually doing any amount of work, which it fucking wasn't, because it's not a fucking real human being. And it sat there, and it made the clicking noises, and then I heard that, and it said, "If you're curious about employment with Little Caesars, please go to littlecaesars.com/careers." And then it said, "Other than that, you have a great day." And then it booted me into a different segment of the call where it put me on a never ending loop with the big C himself, Little Caesar himself, telling me, "Hey, sorry a human being couldn't get to the phone right now, but you can still order some pizza on our Little Caesars app. Go ahead and give it a try now." And it was just that, never ending. And I let it loop for about 3 times so I could really let the anger settle in and begin to whelp up in my heart and turn me into a rage filled monster. And then I hung up the phone. And then I had to go in my backyard and smoke about 8 cigarettes in a row because I was so fucking upset. I'm not joking. That phone call sent me into a mental spiral. Another usage of AI, HR departments, hiring departments. 90% of HR and hiring departments are just AI now. They're letting AI do their job. This is what they're doing. They're fucking sitting at their desk, got their feet kicked up. They're scrolling Instagram reels. We got an email. Somebody wants to work here? Let me see what I could do. ChatGPT, read this email. Oh, He only has 1 year experience customer service. Deny the application. I gotta get back to watching AI generated videos of fruit dancing to Young Gun. They're the most disgusting human beings on the entire planet, and I fucking hate any company, and I loathe any company that uses it in that shape, form, or fashion. Applications should be read by humans and judged by humans so that people can get a genuine gauge on human beings. Get the fucking interview going. Do some work, you lazy pieces of shits. Anyway, all I have to say today is that AI is gonna fucking kill us all at the end of the day. Not like the Terminator, not like that. It's gonna kill our souls. It really is. It's getting rid of the human soul. The amount of AI generated content in every facet of media I've been seeing for Lord knows how long is just the inevitable killing of the human soul. And that's kind of all I have to talk about today. I appreciate you for watching my video. Sorry if it got really serious at a certain point, but I genuinely have a lot of hatred in my heart for AI and AI usage. Like I said at the beginning of the video, there are obviously some pretty good uses for AI, but at the end of the day, the cons 100% outweigh the pros. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and y'all have an absolutely amazing day. Please leave a comment. I want to get y'all's opinions on this. I'd love to gauge your reaction to the video. And at the end of the day, have a good one. I hope you guys stay safe and be healthy, okay? Bye-bye.